Either you become awakened monster or lost penguin. Now it's a very interesting video. If you go and see, it is interesting because I'm able to see the truth behind it. It is depressing because somehow we are all like this penguin, the one who is running from the group and going to icy or snowy mountains actually. So I saw that video last time. I don't know when, but when I was seeing that video, I quite got so depressed at the time because I know that somehow we all are like that, and uh, very dead from inside and trying to pretend like we are all okay. I want to use we here, not you or I, because we is a very good and respected word of English, that we. So let's not harm myself or you by words. I want to use we here because whatever that you consume, mind doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination. So anytime you use words to describe yourself, you have to be very careful. That's why usually I stay in my awareness. I try not to say myself anything at all, but then from that awareness, if I have to use words, I will try to use positive words. Not because I am a toxic positivity person. Like there are people who say, toxic positivity, trying to be happy. No bro, no. From that silence I can say that when you get aware of life, that uh, you can only use positive words to describe yourself. That's why they say that the concept of God cannot be questioned. That's the truth of life, is that when you get aware that there is no such thing as mind, there is no such thing as ego, actually it's just an illusion, then you will not live like normal people. That's why I don't see like I'm a normal person. I'm a very abnormal person. I'm a awakened monster with these words and trying to help people. I call myself monster because in my life, at the time when I was very lost and depressed and pathetic, I was quite really disturbed by this so-called life. So I couldn't help myself at all. So I got the chance to question myself, and when I questioned, I saw that I don't really exist. It can sound very paradoxical or very quite illusionary thing, but that's the truth, that we don't really exist. First of all, it's just a mind thing, but we do not have any other way to feel life but through the illusion. So that's why you have to be very careful with the mind, and that's the power of the mind, is that whatever you tell yourself is true, whatever. And somehow I can say that I have the power to feel great. It's like I have the power to make myself positive because I can, and I let the energy to take care of everything. So yes, either you become awakened monster or lost penguin. And somehow when I sometimes watch YouTube videos on internet, I see people commenting like I'm 35, I'm 40, I'm whatever age, and they say like they're lost, and I feel so bad for them. It's like they have become the noise of the mind. You cannot be lost at all. You are lost because you're comparing yourself to people. You are somehow in the comparison mode or in the expectations of life, like according to this my life should be like this, I'm a failure, I'm this, I'm that. But in reality nobody cares actually. Age is just a number. Time doesn't exist at all. There is no such thing as future, there is no such thing as past, there is only present. But the problem is that we cannot change this because they are just concepts in our minds. So we cannot do anything but let the presence of ourself to take care of everything. So yes, I would rather want people to become awakened monster and choose to feel great about life because you have that power. And don't just put conditions of life on life, like I don't have money, I don't have this, I don't have that. Don't be ungrateful bitch. I'm sorry for that. Like those people are really hate, when they are trying to be ungrateful. Like they have eyes, they have ears, they have nose, they can smell, they can touch, they can taste. Everything is good, in their nervous system. Just the problem is that the mind, actually the mind you can control. You have the power to control the mind. So mind is literally nothing but the puppet of your intelligence. The problem is you don't relax. You are into conclusions of life or imagination. So whatever you think of life is just imagination. If you think that I'm not good enough, I'm this and that, so anyway we can do nothing about it. Like anything you try to assume, it's true for life. So why don't you assume something good for yourself? Why don't you assume better life? And that's the power of assumptions, is that the universe reward people with whatever they reward themselves. So if you think like you're a good person, you're a positive person, life becomes positive. And so many people take this as a motivational thing, and that's why they don't follow, because they think like using positive words is just a way to motivate yourself and rejecting the pain of life. Of course life can be painful, life can be hard, but it doesn't mean that you become the reaction of life. You have the choice to reject, not to react, but to choose to respond in an intelligent way. Otherwise you will be eaten by the society. The society that we live in, a very complicated structure of it, and the only thing we can do is literally just be aware of it and just use our mind and our intelligence to create a life that we want for ourselves. But it takes time, it takes patience, and it takes energy, and you don't have to wait for perfect life to become. You just feel perfect. It's all about what you manifest actually. So many times I have seen that like everything is my energy, not thinking. Thinking is after energy. So if you just see that, of course energy is controlled by thinking, but the thing is that how to control this energy, because when the thinking is lost, energy is lost. When you are negative thoughts are there in you, then the energy is negative, so then life is negative. So that's how everything follows, this rule, that when you become conscious, then you have the chance to choose positive words for yourself. And the only way to be conscious is literally let go the mind, ignore the mind, completely ignore the mind. There is no such thing as mind. There is no mind at all. Ignore the knowledge of it. Of course you don't have a way to ignore it but through using it. But what my point is that when you just use this concept as ignoring it, then intelligence comes there. Then you use the energy to take care of your life. So somehow even in me, when I become angry, and somehow the adrenaline in me comes there, and then I don't care at all. I become completely careless person, and that's what makes me monster, awakened monster. I become unstoppable by everything. I have taken all the conditions of life. Like I no longer put conditions on my life. Like if I get this, I will be happy. Of course, the mind works in conditional way. Like God should give me this. My life should be good. I want this. I want that. But you have the power to be free from all these conditions. And what happens when you are free is that you manifest everything like a magnet. Everything comes to you and you live better. Like, and it's not even about waiting for things. And even when you get success, when you get whatever you wanted, again, it was never about them actually. It was all about you feeling good. So when it's all about you feeling good, everything is about you. Why don't you choose to be good? Why don't you choose to feel okay and fine? You have that power. So that's what I found through awakening, is that I have the power of life, and I can just live it how I want to live it. And mind is no longer like controlling me. Mind is just my puppet, my puppet of my intelligence. So that's the thing. It was just my secret I'm sharing. And yes, so please be awakened monster, change your life, go all in, whatever you want to do, stop caring too much. And number two, don't believe society nonsense, noise of it, ignore everything. Ignorance is power. Ignorance doesn't mean you are ignorant bad person. Ignorance simply means when you ignore negativity, you are not going to be negative. So people say that I'm a very negative person. Why do you allow negativity? Like, you don't have to solve negativity if you don't allow it to affect you. If you ignore negativity, okay, so a lot of things are there can affect you. To live a better life for so long, like what I found is that to ignore, actually, the more you ignore, the more powerful you become actually. That's the thing. So yeah, thank you for watching this video.